Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a follow-up video for the Syngonium that we transferred from soil to water culture. And before I get started, everyone seems to be doing this. If you have not yet subscribed, why not? Subscribe and share, give a thumbs up, like, all that good stuff. And you can click the bell if you want to be notified. So yeah, after the video, if you enjoyed it, please do all those things. Anyway, onto the video. So I just wanted to show you some progress. It's been about 11 days since we, because we did it together, since we unpotted this Syngonium and cleaned it up really well, trimmed the roots, cleaned them up really well, and got them and got the plant situated in water culture. So I just wanted to show you. There were a couple of old leaves that I had pulled off. They were just turning yellow. They were towards the outside, so you know that that's the older leaves. Let me see if there's any new growth going on in here. There's a new leaf in there. We got one new leaf so far. But more importantly, there it is, right there, new leaf unfurling. But more importantly, let's take a look at the roots, because the roots are showing signs of progress. Ta-da! So, you can see all those new white water roots that are sprouting off of the main roots. So, if you remember, if you saw the old video, you would know that I removed all the fine feeder roots off of these main, I guess you can call them tap roots. I kind of like tap roots, but not really. I had removed all those feeder roots off because I knew that they were just going to die. They were accustomed to being in soil and having a wet dry cycle, so I knew they weren't going to make it. And I only knew that from my own experience, because every time I would leave the feeder roots, they would rot. I'd have to constantly take the plant out, clean up the roots, and put it back into the water culture. So I learned my lesson. I figured taking them off in the beginning, it gives it a nice head start. And you can see, look at these beautiful roots coming off. And they're all over. They're not just at the base of the plant, they're also at the very bottom. It's loving life in water culture right now. And we even have this aerial root that is in the water. You can see it's turning into a water root at the base. It was an aerial root up here, and now the growing tip has become a water root. Same thing with these aerial roots in here. So the plant is doing extremely well. Those are the wonderful roots. Soon they will be wrapping around this vase and just enjoying themselves. You can see another new leaf is growing in here. And I think this is another, yep, this is one that had opened right here. And there's some new growth down in there, if you can see. So the plant is thriving. It didn't even get set back in any way. It just took over from where I left off. I left no remnants of soil, and I took off all the roots that I believed would not make it and would just cause a setback for the plant because it would start rotting. The water would get foul. I'd have to quickly change the water so as not to, you know, make the plant get sick from all the disgusting water that it'd be sitting in. And yeah, so this plant now, from this point on, can be fed, can maintain the watering schedule. Right now I have it filled up to just about the base of the plant, but I'm going to let it go down so that 1/3 of the roots are submerged in the water culture. And then when it gets a little lower than that, I will then refill. I will flush and refill with nutrient solution. And again, I use 2 different nutrients. One of them is the hydroponic nutrient for Aero Garden made by Miracle Grow, and the other one is Maxi Grow. So yeah, the plants do really well. And anything that is not a bloom hydroponic nutrient is probably best for these Syngonium and any aroids that you don't really need to have blooms on because they're foliage plants. So yeah, anyway, that's the story. This baby is doing fantastically well, and that's how it looks in the water culture. And again, there are no nutrients in here yet, but now I can start because the water roots have begun to grow, so I know that there aren't any issues. If I didn't have any water roots and some of those main roots, the thicker roots, were kind of mushy or not looking so good, I would think, okay, I gotta figure out what's wrong. And usually, from what I've experienced in my, I don't know how many Syngonium, I have so many Syngonium water culture, everything's a water culture here, but Syngonium in particular, I knew that something is wrong with the roots, and usually it's that they are not clean enough for water culture. And that's all they need, is you take them out, clean them up, and they're good to go. So anyway, that's it. Again, thanks for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Again, we made it to 1,000 subs, and very exciting, because this is the one thing in my life that brings me so much joy and happiness, keeps me on track, is the plants, and talking about plants, and talking to all of you guys, because I get so many messages and comments and questions and comparing pictures and notes with plants. It's so much fun, and I love it. So keep them coming, and share with your friends, anyone that loves plants and that you think would be interested. Please, let's build this little family we got going. So thanks again. Subscribe, all that stuff, like I said in the beginning, and I will see you in the next video.